Hi.
Wait. Hi. Hold on. Hi.
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 So nice to
Oh.
see your faces.
It's so good to see you guys.
I'm trying to. I rearranged all the furniture. It's not as cute as it was.
Didn't you move recently? Or maybe it wasn't. It's not
Yeah,
recent
well,
anymore.
I mean, it's all. I mean, I still haven't unpacked, so yeah. Oh God, how do I hide my mess?
It's okay. It's honest. It's real.
Oh my God, nothing's working. Hold on. Oh no.
You're beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yes.
It's all
Oh
good.
God.
You look great. This is the behind the scenes.
I know how to.
With
I know
your
what to
fancy microphone. Legit.
No, I can just be like, yes. We are very professional.
Oh, hi guys.
Hi.
I think I got makeup in my eye. I just ran from set, so don't mind me. I'm crying tears of joy because I'm seeing you guys.
Tell us about your makeup. What kind of makeup do they put on you?
I don't know. I stopped keeping track. Oh, but I do know my chapstick is called Bitch Sticks, which I think is really funny. It's all vegan. It smells like pomegranate. It makes me just want to eat it whenever I use it. Bitch Sticks. Billions brought to you by Bitch Sticks.
Get them to give you so many bitch sticks.
I know we're here to talk about the Parsnip Ship, but here I am promoting vegan lip balm instead.
Oh, did this start? Are we started?
I guess. It says live in the corner. That looks very
shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's your play! Yay, your play!
Hi, yay! It was my first play. For anyone watching this, my name's Daniel K. Isaac. I use he, him pronouns. Coming to you from Lenape land, also known as New York City. And these are my friends who are amazing actors in the play and multi-hyphenate artists who are writers as well, which I thought would be nice to gather and talk about that. Or just catch up and talk about moving and what you're eating these days and how your puppies are doing. Hi.
Woo!
I am also moving. We just set our pod off today, and I was supposed to be in a car, but our thing got moved to tomorrow, so I'm not in a car, which I'm grateful for.
I do like the idea of you being in a car while we did this.
Oh, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be real bad.
Where are you? Just like pull over into a diner or something, and like.
The idea was we ended up having to move everything. Like a day is not an interesting story. So I'm still in my mom's house where the cicadas are like full on. They're so
exoskeletons everywhere.
Yeah. And for a while my dog wasn't interested in them, but now she's eating like multiple. There's just like multiple murders on every dog. Terrible.
That's amazing.
She's in a different room. She's like mildly traumatized because we've been moving, so it's like everything's packed up. And there's your dog!
There's yours. Hello. Hello, puppy.
I was trying to get. This is a disaster. I was trying to get it all cute, and like I wanted to sit with her on the couch, and
that's okay. We are all about no pretense here.
Yeah,
it's real. It's just really real.
It's
so
real right now. Oh my God, right, your play. So let's talk about your play.
Oh my God. Play. And was the first play I'd ever written, and you guys were so generous and did a reading of it. And also maybe in my living room did a reading of it once there too, right prior to when I hadn't even finished Act 2, maybe. That's how long ago this has been.
That one.
But we made a podcast recording, and who knew podcast plays would be such a thing. So I'm so glad they exist in our crazy times and that people have access to them and these stories. So I'm glad more people get to hear this crazy play of mine that may never be produced, but lives in podcast form forever. And you guys are so talented and wonderful in it. So.
And Diana sang also at the end, I
Yes,
remember.
that's
That was
right.
awesome.
Diana, you're muted. Maybe intentionally. It wouldn't be a live stream if someone didn't mute themselves accidentally.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Diana, you're singing so amazing in it. It's so special
Thank
to have
you.
that too.
I appreciate Daniel because I think because you have such a poly heart, you understand what it means to be a polyamorous artist and respect that we have different desires and lovers and we don't love them any less or any different, and that there are times and places where it can all like fuse together and and it just like enhances the experience rather than take away from it. And I think it takes a really brave artist to even go there, because I think, it's pressure. There's a lot of pressure to deliver and perform, and for somebody to say, like, bring all the different parts of yourself, not just like come act in my play. And so I really appreciate that you have respect, you have care for my music. It's really nice.
Thank you for saying that, Diana.
You're welcome.
I love and miss your music.
Wow. Me
I can't wait to revel in it again someday.
someday.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so you're around a lot of people these days, huh?
Yeah, I get tested 3 times a week to be on set. And even when I'm not shooting, I'm still tested. So my nose is getting more action than anyone else in the world.
Oh my God. Do you feel like you're the best at being social? Or is it anxiety induced?
No, it's different. Yeah, how are you guys doing with that? Because I met some new friends this past week at Deborah S. Craig had a birthday party, and we had a semi-indoor outdoor dinner, and I was meeting new people, and I thought, oh, I don't know how to talk to you, and do I do this. What do you do? And how did you guys meet? And how do you know the birthday lady? So. What are our social skills?
Is that what the conversation sounded like? Was it like?
I kind of did. I made it as inorganic as possible. My favorite question to ask couples is, what's the biggest fight you had in the pandemic? Because usually it's about something so stupid.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do we want to play that game?
We should. Well, I'll go first. Mine's as an example of something that can be pithier or sillier. I now have a rule where I make the bed Monday through Thursday, but Chad has to make the bed Friday through Sunday. Because he wakes up earlier than I do, no matter what. And I was like, this isn't fair. I make the bed every day according to the logic of who gets out of bed first. So that's a dumb pandemic fight and resolution.
Wow. How was setting those boundaries? Did it take a long time?
No, he's very good at, being receptive about something like that, which is something he doesn't care about at all. Yeah. He would just not make the bed ever. So like, why make something that you have to muss up in 12 hours anyway?
For the both of you, are you both the cleaner ones in the relationship?
Yeah. Yes, you are.
But it feels like it's so much. I feel better after I clean. Like everything else feels calmer. I don't think I'm naturally a clean person, but after living a while, it's just like things feel more peaceful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Clean, and it's easier to clean than to like do real shit.
Do you both find that when you have a writing deadline, your apartment is cleaner than ever instead of messier than ever? For me, it's cleaner because I will procrastinate on writing and then dust the baseboards or, you know, clean the stove instead of just writing.
Wow.
Do you
That's
just get messier and like nest around you?
oh my God. I don't know. It feels like there since the pandemic, it's this like base level, like there's like corners of the space that are really beautiful, and then there are corners of the space that are like really chaotic. It's like an installation.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And I mean, cleaning is and I think our relationship to cleaning as Korean American people is really specific
Mm.
because I feel like there's like the spectrum of like on one spectrum it's chaos, and on the other spectrum it's like complete clean, like Jesus Christ, like literal Jesus Christ clean, like clean like Christ, So,
There's like on one level, I want no things. Like I just want to have like a wood table on the floor that I sit at. And on the other level, like there's another part of me that's like just being an immigrant is like, no, I need to go on Craigslist and get like everything for free that I can that is of value.
Yes. Yeah.
And keep it in case I need it someday.
I think my mom is a hoarder, and if I diagnosed it without any training, it would be because she survived a war, and so she thinks everything can have a use for something because she lost everything in the Korean War,
Yeah. It's
But
always
also she's a hoarder. Have you guys heard of the Buy Nothing Project? It's this Facebook group where you just post things you're giving away for free, or people are like, I'm looking for a planter or this brand of hairspray. And then someone will say, oh, I have one of those lying around. And they just give it away. That's what I've been doing because I had to move a couple times during the pandemic. So the Buy Nothing Project.
Please.
Yeah.
We both moved a couple times during the
Yeah. Moving is traumatic for me. I lived in Astoria for 11 years, y'all. It was hard to move out of there.
So where are you now?
I'm in Harlem now.
Right.
Does it feel like home yet?
It does, because now I've put stuff on the walls, which I don't show anyone when I'm doing Zoom stuff because that feels very private to me. But now that I've made some decisions about it, next step is painting or wallpapering or something. I don't know. Diana, come do an installation in here.
Okay. Sounds awesome. Maybe we can trade skills or something.
Yeah, I'll come clean your place because I'm on deadline again. So
totally. Hey Daniel, what are you on deadline for?
That's right. What is everyone writing these days? I am writing about my mother, which is no surprise that I was writing about her doing this play for the Parsnip Ship, and I'm still writing about her. So I am still working out issues with my mom, and that's okay because now I have monetized it. What are you writing these days?
Wait, when's your deadline?
I have a loose deadline in a week, and then like a firmer one maybe 2 weeks after that. And then
Did you oh sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
Did you know you were writing about your mother when you started writing about your mother, or did you think you were writing about something else and then
the latter. I thought I would be writing about something else, and then oftentimes when I resist it, it just comes back to it. And you know who helped me get over that is Lauren Yee. I look at her plays, and there's always a father and daughter or a father and child, and I thought, fuck it. If Lauren Yee can do it, I can do it too. Why not? Look at Terrence McNally. He just wrote about gay white guys his entire career, and then like some divas, but on brand, and that's okay. So I'm just gonna write a lot of things about my mom and I. And that's stuff I have to work out, and that's okay.
More than okay.
Absolutely. Diana, do you feel like you have a
recurring motif?
Yeah. Do you have a central mystery in your life?
Like the metaphor of setting up this. I promise you, I had a listen. I had a phenomenal setup. Like I had my mic set up, my nice fucking camera and shit, and then I rearranged the furniture, and then I tried to get all cute and cozy on the couch. Like, look, I had like the iPad. I was gonna and.
Listen, you're making someone else in the world feel less alone about whatever their setup is, because everyone has gone through this.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like, and it's growth. It's never linear, right? It's like always fluid and circular and swirly, and it's like you think you got your setup, and it's like, wow, I've really mastered it. And then you never know. You never know when it's going to be like ripped away from you because of the choices you made to like set your like dumbass back to like pick up your fucking mess. Anyway, what was your question?
Writing? Is anyone writing anything? They don't have to be writing anything, but
yeah, I guess I just don't feel like talking about it.
Yeah, that's okay. What kind of eyeliner did you use? I like the glitter.
This is my favorite. It's Stila, Stila, and it's like a liquid glitter thing.
Nice.
Yeah, thanks. Thank you. Jiehae, are you? Yeah.
Oh no, go ahead.
No.
Oh, just one silly statement that you and glitter are synonymous in my mind, in your performance and in your artistry. So thank you for wearing glitter for this live stream.
Yeah. That feels like the mom constant.
Glitter is your constant. Great.
Yeah. Like it always has to be an experience. Like, because I stray so much away from narratives. Like I want beginning, middles, and ends of experiences. I had a therapist who once told me, like, oh, it's no wonder your art is so big, and it's so much about it is creating space, like creating a very specific kind of space, because you didn't grow up with space. You didn't have a bed of your own, a closet of your own. Like everything was shared. And now your art is like it's like it's all been bottled up, and now it's like big, and it's like your playground. And that was the permission. Like your version of watching reading Lauren Yee plays or watching them, like that was the permission I needed to be like, it's okay. Like this is a beginning, middle, end for me.
I love
beautiful.
That. Yeah. Now, Jiehae, your answer has to be just as deep.
Oh, I got nothing. I got no glitter. I got no lipstick. I haven't worn makeup like since 2020 March.
Good.
Which has been a delight, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. I think my thing is probably my mom too.
Good. We are not alone. That's why I like her play Hannah and the Dread Gazebo so much. And why I cry whenever I read it or see it.
Oh my God, I totally have to go. I'm on a panel. I told them.
Yeah, you have a panel.
I have a panel, and I lost I literally lost the mouse to my computer. It's because it's wireless. So I have to go. Bye. Parsnip Ship, can you release me? Because I don't.
You're amazing.
Someone kick me out of
the room.
Oh, I love Diana so much.
They're awesome.
Yes, they are.
What? How? What? How long do
How long do you
talk?
want? Jiehae and I could just catch up. Whoever gave us that message earlier, whenever you guys want to wrap up. Do you want to share anything, Jiehae? Do you have breakthroughs or venting sessions, or just we'll all send you good vibes on your move? And I can't wait to see your puppy again, who's probably not a puppy anymore.
She's the best. I love her so much. No, the only thing I want to share is excitement for people to get to experience your beautiful play. And trying to remember what it was like to be in that room. However long ago that was.
Right. It was a while ago.
Thing.
Yeah. It was a special thing because I've never still had a full-length production, and so things like that feel like so much, well, like they should be just as special as a full whatever production. So this reminds me of that. So thank you for taking time to do this. And tell Artie I said hi and good luck with your move.
Thank you. Everybody enjoy this beautiful play.
Yay! Thanks for listening, everyone.
To the live radio play broadcast of the Parsnip Ship presents or and by Daniel K. Isaac, directed by Carlos Armesto with music by Diana O. This episode was recorded live in Brooklyn, New York in February 2018 and is produced by the Parsnip Ship and Business Lunch Productions. To listen to more episodes of the Parsnip Ship and to support our mission of amplifying bold artists for audiences who crave accessible stories and storytellers, please visit our website, theparsnipship.com, and follow us at The Parsnip Ship NY. New plays, new music. This is how we hear theater. Without further ado, and. Hello, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Parsnip Ship. And we are very, very excited for this episode because it is the first one of January. It's a new year. We're also excited because this is the first time we're co-producing with the Actors Fund, who have been super gracious and have given us this space and their resources and their time and their love. So much love to the Actors Fund, and they're doing really great work here. We are having, we're going to be listening to and by Daniel K. Isaac, directed by Carlos Armesto. Hello. Yeah, you guys can clap. It's totally fine. And our musical guest for the evening is Goddess Diana O. So before we get into the whole night, we like to ask our playwrights a question. And it is, what would the world be missing if it didn't have this play?
I'd like to answer, give the play a listen, and I'll answer after the show. Thank you.
Someone's coy. All right, let's get started with Diana and her first song.
These songs were picked special for this play and for Daniel. I wanna be a leading lady, a chance to feel the way you do. Possessive of what I have to offer, I'd offer it to you. Up on the stage, I'd be the focus, giving all I have to each word. Perfect, pitch perfect, they will tell me every point, every line will be heard. I won't be shy, no, I'll drink it in, I'll drink it in. Bounty-less and tall, I'll stand. And you will rise much affected, unashamed of the tears that fall. I wanna be a leading lady, to cry the way you cry, expensive and kneeling down on these helpless knees, begging, please, don't leave before I
And. A terrible first full-length play by Daniel K. Isaac. Act 1. Scene. Prologue, sort of. Oh, First, we should introduce the players in alphabetical order.
Keelay Gipson. I'm playing.
No, let's not do character names, ruins the whatever. Just say your names and preferred gender pronouns.
Keelay Gipson. Anything respectful.
Oh, hello. I'm Daniel K. Isaac. He, him, his.
Julian Leong, he, him, him, and his.
Diana O, my PGPs are she, her, they, them, or goddess.
Jiehae Park, she, her, hers.
I'm David Shih, but you can call me Dave Shih. He, him, his, or I guess you can call me Shih. Get it? Dave Shih.
Teal Wicks, her, she, or her she, like the candy bar. Ooh.
Directed by Carlos Armesto, produced by the Parsnip Ship and the Actors Fund. And that's Luke DeCola on the soundboard. I would quickly like to thank Zai, James, Tina, Philip, Zach, Rui, Tom, Kyung, Donnie, John Norman Schneider, Clinton, Jess, Eric, Catherine, and Mason the dog, and Sherlock the dog. Okay. Sorry. Here we go. And a terrible first full-length play by Daniel K. Isaac. Act 1. Scene. I probably shouldn't apologetically lead with a terrible first full-length play, but it's true. Because I started out as an actor. I mean, I am an actor for cable And I sort of fell into writing when I began transcribing conversations I had with my mom onto Facebook, and that turned into a blog, and then a short film, and now a whole web series. But I started in the theater with an RE, so I wanted to write for the medium of theater with an RE, because my passion is for the stage, the magic of theater. I love theater with an RE. So I wrote a play, but this play will not be about my mom. I've written enough about her, gotten her out of my system. So, and a terrible first full-length play, not about my mom, or a love letter to theater with an RE. Act 1, scene...
A cell phone rings.
Oh, and please silence your cell phones and unwrap your lozenges.
The ringing
now.
gets louder. The ringtone is a very gay but problematic song like This Is Me from The Greatest Showman or Azalea Banks or something.
Oh, fuck, sorry. It's my mom. Sorry, excuse me. Hi, Emma.
The sound of a garage door opening reveals a cave of boxes and luggage.
A figure in slippers is obscured behind stacks and stacks of boxes and luggage. We only hear the sound of her voice. You looks tired.
How can I look tired?
You looks tired.
But you can't see me. You mean sound? I sound tired?
No, you looks tired. You my son, I know.
Hey, so I'm kind of about to start something. Can I
just calling to see if you want to keep old things in garage.
Did you finally read The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up?
No. That book by Japanese I threw away.
That was your Christmas present. I found you a Korean translation.
I'm moving to Africa to be missionary. Have to pack up house, make ready to rent out.
You're moving to Africa?
Mission work. I do good things there. Make God happy. Since I failed as mother because you homosex make him so ashamed. So you want to keep boxes, wanting me to send or want me throw away?
I don't have a lot of room in Astoria.
So I throw away.
No, but I might.
So I put storage unit.
No, just can you send me pictures? I'll tell you if I want to keep it or not.
There's a lot of stuff.
The modest garage cave full of boxes and luggage multiplies and multiplies until a wall of boxes and luggage appears, as high and long as the theater can manage. A wall of boxes and luggage appears.
There's a lot of stuff. You wanting me to...
Okay, just put it in storage. It's fine. When are you leaving for Africa? When were you going to tell me?
I'm sending email with information soon.
Want to come visit New York before you go? You could fly from here.
Maybe cheaper flight from New York. Good idea. See if the cheap ticket from New York to Rwanda, Kigali.
You're moving to Rwanda?
Okay, bye.
Hello? Hello? Sorry, audience. Sorry about that. So, silence your cell phones. I'm putting mine on vibrate just in case, but you should turn yours off completely because, the sound of vibrations can be just as loud. Anyways, unwrap your lozenges, and this play will not be about my mom. I've only ever written about my mom. That's the last you'll hear of her, I promise. And, a terrible first full-length play, or a love letter to theater with an RE. Act 1, scene, let me set the scene. The year is 2012, the year of the dragon.
A dragon flies overhead.
Year of the...
Dragon flies overhead, over the audience, over the stage. It is glorious.
Glorious.
Dragon disappears up the lighting grid.
2012, year of that thing. Water dragon, to be precise.
Unseen by Daniel, a pair of dragon claws land at the top of the wall of boxes and luggage.
There are 5 elements or phases within the zodiac. I was born in 1988, which was the Earth Dragon. 88, what? I don't know why I just did that. Some fun facts about 88. The Phantom of the Opera opens on Broadway. Anthony Kennedy is appointed to the Supreme Court. The Last Emperor would win 9 Oscars. Celine Dion wins Eurovision. Summer Olympics are held in Seoul, South Korea. George H.W. Bush is elected president. I digress. 2000 was the year of the metal dragon. But 2012, that's the water dragon. And
hi, my name is Dragon. Preferred gender pronoun, dragon, but sometimes I lay eggs, deal with it. I was obviously not born the same time as this little Gasian here. Hands always give away your age. That's why you should moisturize, wear sunscreen. Except it's hard to open sunscreen bottles with claws. Also, scales in sunscreen, ooh, child. Still, you must moisturize, honey, moisturize. I'm not telling you how old I am. Let's just say that I existed before there was even a zodiac. But don't I look good?
Hi, Dragon. I was just in the middle.
Not starting your play, we know.
I was setting up the...
Yeah, you're prologuing the prologue. Let's get this show on the road.
I want to make sure they...
Stop being a control freak
audience.
and stop apologizing. Just tell the story. Let's go. Dragon flies away. Maybe the audience feels a gust of wind. In fact, let's just say a gust of wind blows through the audience. Maybe a couple of gusts get weaker as the sounds of wings, flaps, grow fainter and fainter.
So you met Dragon and the players and me and my mom, even though this play isn't about my mom. And this is my first full-length play. It will be terrible. I have major imposter syndrome, but it won't be about my mom. 2012, the Tumen River.
Water begins to flood the stage.
A river bordering China.
Water pours out of several suitcases in the wall of boxes and luggage.
And North Korea.
More water.
And North Korea. The Tumen River was commonly used by refugees
Even more water. Daniel is waist deep in water.
Escape because it is shallow and narrow and sometimes freezes over in the winter.
So much water. Daniel is neck deep in water.
But in my first full-length play, not about my mom, 2 missionaries are trying to sneak into North Korea to spread.
Daniel is swept away by the scene. Tumen River. A river flows on stage. Yes, producers, a river flows on stage.
A family of ducks swim by.
A Boy Scout troop canoes by.
A Loch Ness Monster swims by.
Or maybe a string of rubber ducks are dragged across the dry stage.
Man
And woman.
enter waist deep in the river before climbing onto a trunk to dry off. Something about them seems modern, Adam.
And Evish. Except...
I lost the map.
You what?
In the current, I lost the map.
I knew you would, so I packed copies. Woman produces a laminated copy of a map.
It's laminated.
I know.
You let me navigate all these weeks with a soggy map falling apart at the seams, when all this time you had a laminated map?
Yes.
North Korean officer suddenly appears and speaks in Korean. Hands up! You're under arrest!
Man screams a high-pitched scream and hides behind woman.
Woman instinctively shields her stomach but stands her ground.
In Korean. Hands up where I can see them! Where are your papers?
A little contradictory to say hands up and then ask to see papers.
In Korean. What?
Woman speaks in flawless Korean. My husband doesn't speak Korean.
What are you saying?
In Korean. What is he talking about?
Man reaches for his Korean dictionary.
In Korean. Yeah! Hands in the air! Show me your papers!
See, that's really contradictory, like asking to see license and registration and then shooting the usually black male for not keeping both hands on the wheel.
In Korean. What? I said hands in the air.
In Korean, please let me translate for my husband. Switching to English. He says to keep your hands in the air and to show him your papers.
Okay. Man puts both hands in the air and then slowly reaches with one hand for his paperwork.
North Korean officer shoots him.
Ow! He shot me! He freaking shot me!
Daniel enters drying his soaked clothes with a towel. Can we change that to fucking?
Sure. He fucking shot me!
In Korean. I said hands in the fucking air! Show me your fucking papers!
That's a bit much. And you can stop saying in Korean. The audience gets that you aren't speaking English and woman is bilingual and man is not.
Great. Where are you from?
Man lifts his hands from his gunshot wound and blood gushes. It soaks his papers red. Is that blood?
Where? Where are you
The
from?
United States, he has a thing about blood.
Did you say blood?
Where are you really from?
California.
My papers are covered in blood. Man faints.
I also packed laminated copies of her papers.
That's good because I think this scene will work better with some rain.
It rains.
And we should be under a bridge.
A bridge made of boxes and luggage descends and shields some of the rain.
Hands in the air! Show me your papers! Hands in the air! Show me your papers! Hands in the air! Show me your papers! North Korean officer shoots 3 times in the air.
3 holes appear in the bridge made of boxes and luggage. 3 streams of water fall on the North Korean's head.
Scene. Tumen River 2.
Man is bandaged and laying in woman's lap.
Like a Korean-American pieta.
North Korean officer builds a fire inside an old suitcase.
Daniel sits somewhere elevated on the wall of box and luggage. Just a reminder, the following scene...
A phone vibrates.
The following scene is...
Vibrate. Vibrate.
Is...
Vibrate. Vibrate.
It's spoken in Korean. Sorry. Amma, what?
A door opens in the wall of boxes and luggage. Mom stands with a crate full of toys obscuring her face.
I'm throwing this way.
That's my first stuffed animal.
From Korea. I buy for you. Made in Korea is so much nicer than made in China. Like everything these days so cheap. I throw away now.
But it's my first.
You wanting me not be the whore?
The what?
The whore. You say I'm whore.
I said you were a hoarder. Hoarder, not a
Hoarder.
hoarder. You're a hoarder.
So keep or throw away.
Fine, throw it away.
Keep or throw away.
Away.
Mom holds up a pair of plates that hide her face.
Amma, I'm in the middle of...
These souvenir plates from Costa Rica.
I bought those for you and your sister, for Imo.
You bought bigger plate for her than me.
I think because she paid for the trip.
Oh.
Why do you have all of Auntie's stuff?
She gave to me when she died.
Oh.
You want to keep these, right?
Mom balances a stack of books that tower above her head.
Yeah, keep those.
Spend so much money on yearbook every year, and you never use or looking anymore.
Can you just text?
Take alone. So tired. I go to church for energy now. Bye.
Mom slams the door shut.
So text me pictures instead. Hello? Sorry, audience. Back to the following scene between North Korean officer and woman is spoken in Korean.
You should bring him closer to the fire. Wet wounds will lead to infection.
Thank you. Woman awkwardly gets out from under her husband's body and drags him closer to the fire. Thank you.
Are you hungry?
Yes,
I have some rice and spam.
I'm vegetarian.
What?
Yes, why? Thank you. I'd love some.
I wish we had some dried seaweed. And kimchi. What I wouldn't do for kimchi.
Woman produces a small package of seaweed and a small jar of kimchi.
They eat.
A hand pops out of the wall of boxes and luggage holding a binder full of...
Pokemon card. This text messaging picture now. Keep or throw away.
Those might be worth money someday.
Maybe for some.
For my unborn child?
If you have kids. But then they have no soul.
What?
The hand disappears.
Woman and North Korean officer finish eating.
Thank you. How's he doing?
He'll be fine. The bullet only grazed him.
I know.
And I packed a first aid kit with every bandage, size, and duplicate. Would you like me to do the dishes?
Not because...
No, but because you cooked.
North Korean officer nods.
Woman does the dishes in the river. The soap is biodegradable, won't hurt the fish.
No one fishes in this river anymore.
Because of pollution?
Because you'd get shot.
Oh.
And it's polluted.
Oh. Then should I not wash these in here?
No, it's fine.
Man moans in his sleep.
Your husband is a sissy. He jumped behind you when
I know.
Your husband is gay.
I know.
Then why are you with him?
It's why we are here, to escape temptation, to work on our relationship by focusing on helping others.
I never asked for your help.
Never said you did.
That's a dumb way to work on your relationship. Sounds like you're running away from your problems rather than facing them.
Why would we run to an impoverished country led by a dictator if it wasn't to help the people here?
Because you are a fool.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Man stirs. Do I smell spam?
We ate it all. You can have some seaweed and kimchi.
I'm tired of seaweed and kimchi.
What's he saying?
He's jealous
Jealous?
of our lunch date.
This wasn't a date?
I know, because you're gay too. I won't tell if you won't.
Why everybody do play the gay?
Amma,
No one wants to see gay stories.
it's more than a...
Mom's arms hold up some canvases with prize ribbons above the wall.
I throw away, okay?
My artwork, I won prizes for those.
You want to keep everything. You are the whole.
No, I'm busy writing
I'm
this gay
busy too.
story.
Cleaning, packing, finding good Christian rental for house.
Why do you have to leave so quickly?
I have to go. I put your artwork in storage too then. I'm putting all your stuff in storage, okay? You deal with it later.
Mom's arms shove the canvases into a box in the wall and vanish with a huff.
Where were we? Scene, Two Men River 3.
North Korean officer writes in a journal.
Woman is asleep.
Man is handcuffed.
North Korean officer tears the pages of his journal and slowly burns them one by one in the fire.
Writer's block?
What?
Writer's block. Man attempts to mime writing and then a block, but it is very difficult to mime these things with handcuffs and winces.
North Korean officer laughs, or as close to a laugh as a closeted North Korean officer guarding a polluted river between China and North Korea can muster. You're cute.
You're enjoying this too much. I was trying to sign. You, man points you, writer, mime's writing, block, makes an X, or shakes his head, or hits his head, or all of the above, or...
No. I'm burning the pages of my latest journal entries so they can never be used against me. I heard that writing was therapeutic from a doctor who was trying to escape before I shot him. So I started keeping a journal. But I don't want what is written in my journal to be used against me, so I burned the pages. And I find that to be therapeutic too.
I just don't. Man shrugs.
North Korean officer mimes. Heard man escaping. Say, writing, good. Shoot man. Now journal, good or bad, who knows? North Korean officer resumes burning pages.
I used to have a journal, and then my mom found it.
Can you switch mom to dad?
Okay, sure. And then my dad found it, and it didn't say the most Christian things about him, or about, it's kind of hard to change my lines having memorized.
No, yeah, that's messed up of me. You can change it back to mom, but this isn't about
your
my
mom, we get it. So she made me transcribe the entire New Testament. Eventually, she stopped me in Romans. It was interfering with my schoolwork, and to this day, Romans is still my favorite book. If you look in my bag...
Man attempts to get his Bible out of his bag. This is difficult to do with handcuffs.
He winces.
North Korean officer pulls a gallon-sized Ziploc bag containing a Bible from the back of his waistband.
It is in a gallon-sized Ziploc bag because a woman is an amazing packer.
If you open the New Testament, see where the tabs start? Matthew,
Matapogum,
Mark,
Magapogum,
Luke,
Nigapogum,
John,
Johanpogum,
Acts,
Sadahangdun,
Romans.
Lomasa, you, right? All this? These pages.
Sometimes I cheated, snuck in actual journal entries between verses. There's an extra chapter in Mark about my water polo coach, Mark. A dry humping session with some Boy Scouts in Luke. A recurring wet dream in John about being kidnapped by a man and being forced to... So it didn't count as a sin because it was my kidnapper's fault. And a list recounting all the times my mom had walked in on me masturbating in Acts.
North Korean officer does not understand. But that's okay.
Woman groans in her sleep.
She reminds me of my mother.
For the love of...
Strong, stubborn, prepared. I wonder if she would have been prepared for it. There was a new game we were asked to play in grade school. The teacher said we would be playing a scavenger hunt. I'd never played a scavenger hunt before. The previous week's lessons were songs for the great leader. I hated singing. Hunting sounded a lot more fun. Teacher held up 2 books. Both were bound in black leather. One had pages painted red. The other one had pages painted gold. But when you opened the book, you couldn't see the red or the gold. Just columns and columns of writing. I didn't know how to read. I just knew that I wanted to find the books with the disappearing colored pages. We weren't to tell any grown-ups about this week's lesson. It was a great secret between the teachers and the students, the great leader and the students. I had never been tasked something by the great leader. We might even win a medal, the teacher said, from the great leader himself. I'd never won anything. So we scavenged around the neighborhood shelves. I was determined to win. Then one night after my father had whipped me with his belt for some reason or other, and had left the house for a drink, even though it was past curfew, my mother asked if I wanted a special treat. She carefully lifted up our folded sleeping pads and carefully lifted up the bamboo mat, and below the mat was a discolored plank, and below the plank were a tin of cookies with foreign writing on the tin, unlike the alphabet we were learning, and below the tin was a black leather book with
gold pages. Saw them catch the light. Or my mother swiftly replaced the plank and the mat and the sleeping pads, and we enjoyed 2 cookies in silence, letting them dissolve in our mouths so that the neighbors wouldn't hear the wafer crunching through our paper-thin walls. And then the next morning, as I folded up the sleeping pads, I slipped an extra cookie and the black leather book with the disappearing gold pages into my bag, letting the pages slip through my fingers to catch and disappear the light in the morning sun just once when I walked to school. And then in front of the entire class, I proudly displayed the book to my teacher, who gave me a medal with the great leader's face etched in the front and some symbols I couldn't read. But I wouldn't learn to read until a bunkmate in the military taught me, because I'd been placed in an orphanage shortly thereafter. But not before spending one last night in our house. With the sleeping pads tossed them up, the bamboo mat torn and trampled, the plank of wood broken in 2, and the tin of cookies empty, except for the one in the bottom of my bag that had turned into crumbs before I could enjoy the sensation of dissolving the wafer in my mouth. Man nods, reaches for North Korean officer, but is still bound by his handcuffs. North Korean officer finishes burning the last page of his journal entry.
Daniel pulls out a bag of chips. Rustle, rustle, pop, rustle, crunch.
Okay, fine, Dragon. I get it. This play is about my mom. I have a new idea for a play. It's set in the year 2000 in an art classroom where a nude model poses for the class. He's an orphan, so no parents, no moms.
Rustle, crunch.
And when the drawing session begins, the nude model and an older woman, one of the art students, find that they can speak magically, telepathically, threshold of revelation or whatever to each other, and they strike up a relationship where
crunch, crunch,
where she turns out to be his long-lost mother. Fuck, it's always about...
North Korean officer shoots the bag of chips out of Daniel's hands.
Woman jumps awake. Please, not the baby. I mean,
Are you cringing? I might be cringing. Or maybe that wasn't the most awful way to reveal that she was pregnant.
Audience member throws an orange at Daniel. Shut the fuck up. We were trying to watch the play.
What? Baby?
oh shit.
A rumbling.
Oh, shit. North Korean officer and man hold each other.
The rumbling increases in intensity.
Woman shields her stomach. She crawls beneath North Korean officer and man's embrace.
A caravan of tanks, an earthquake, a tornado, suitcases fall, boxes crumble, debris and smoke fly through the cracks in the wall.
I'm sorry I didn't tell you I was pregnant.
I'm sorry you couldn't fight being gay.
I'm sorry, but we're going to have to jump. Try not to swallow the water. Also this. North Korean officer kisses man. A long kiss. It is sexy.
Man and North Korean officer help woman stand up, and the three of them jump into the river and get swept away.
Daniel is having trouble climbing down the wall. Guys?
The rumbling gets louder and louder.
Louder and louder. Louder and louder.
Dragon descends. Miss me? Dragon grabs Daniel and flies him away from North Korea. Or Dragon's claws grab Daniel and fly him away from North Korea. Scene. Flight, Dragon, and Daniel fly. So, you want to talk about that?
No.
You crammed a lot of stuff in that play. Just a lot of themes and ideas and conflicts. And
it was all about my mom, I know.
Yeah, the play was about missionaries, and your mom is going to be a...
Fuck.
Yeah, and you didn't get that from the get-go.
No, I thought...
If you'd let me finish.
Mum's the word. Motherfucker. I'm shutting up.
I was gonna say internalized homophobia and race hatred, externalized shame and guilt, a personification of a country in perpetual stalemate, the straddling of dual identity.
You make it sound much more...
Not saying that you actually fully realized any of these ideas completely.
Oh, that wasn't a compliment?
I'm not here to validate.
I know. It's terrible.
Is it terrible or is it impossible?
Huh?
You ain't ready.
Vibrate.
It's her. She's impossible.
That's what I said. Don't leave her hanging.
Mom sits with a laptop facing upstage. You buy ticket yet?
What?
Last week almost $1,000. This week more than $1,000.
I'll book it for you right now.
Too busy with gay musical to buy mom tickets.
It's not a musical.
Why people want to watch it?
I'm starting over, writing a new goddamn play.
Don't using God's name like that.
Oh, she gonna smack you?
Write your own story without curse words if you want. Stay out of mine.
Okay, I will.
It's the same price to fly from LA or New York, but if you fly from New York, you could visit.
Then I fly from LA. Bye.
You tell her off.
She's so fucking stubborn.
Hot, kettle, black.
I don't want to write about her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done writing about her.
Mm-hmm.
She. I don't understand.
Okay, sure. Doesn't mean you have to be alone with it.
I'm not alone. I've got you.
Yeah, but I'll have to leave again. I can't always be around to emergency evacuate out of North Korea.
I know.
Here, put on some sunscreen. Dragon raises a claw with a punctured sunscreen bottle.
Why?
Just do it.
Daniel applies sunscreen.
You're gonna need it.
Why?
Dragon releases Daniel. Dragon's claws tear Daniel's clothes off.
Daniel falls naked into a pile of muslin. He covers himself.
An art class surrounds him.
You don't get to be a passive observer this time. Gust of wind. Gust of wind. Gust of wind. The dragon is gone.
Scene. Art class. The class is shrouded in moody darkness. Think David Barton gym lighting, rest in peace. This should help disguise woman, man, and North Korean officer who are playing art student 1, 2, and 3, respectively. They face upstage, but we can see their canvases. Maybe they're wearing wigs. That would be fun.
Older woman is the fourth figure, shrouded in moody darkness. She is the oldest student in the class.
Since when do we have Oriental models? I thought this was a European form and figure drawing class.
He has a flat face. I need to work on profiles.
And
that's why I came
kind of
early for the
scrawny. I was hoping to see some muscles in this class.
Will you kids shut up so I can draw? I can't concentrate with you gabbing.
Did the old lady just
Who
say
says
gabbing?
gabbing?
I'm going to title the
Anymore.
next series Gabbing.
I am paying for this out of my retirement, unlike you privileged children.
I'm on work study.
I'm on scholarship.
Just because my daddy's rich doesn't mean you have to hold it against me.
Fine. Never mind I spoke. Ignore me, like you always do.
A cool sound shift.
Selfish,
Am I
inconsiderate
late?
babies,
I think I'm
privileged
late.
and narcissistic
You know
and
what?
rude.
If today's Thursday, then
This is
How
an
hard
opportunity.
I
flow
like
and
that.
Education
Not that I
is
need one. I already know.
What
No,
I
I'm
want
writing
is what
this
I
play,
want
not
given
acting.
to me.
This was just a sketch of an idea of a play. Take me out of here, please. Take me out. Dragon! Dragon!
voice of art teacher interrupts the cool sound shift. All right, class. We are now entering our hour of silent meditation. Yes. Feel those vibrations. Let your third eye do the drawing. But don't forget, our weekly focus is on shadow and shading, which is why we have our wonderful colored model this afternoon. He's an actor and sometimes playwright. Our regular model booked the lead on a new CW show about werewolves in space. Isn't that just fabulous? So be kind to what was your name again?
Daniel,
And where are you from?
California?
No, silly. Where are you really from?
Korea. My parents are from Korea.
Where? Could you ever imagine, class? We are graced with the presence of a colored Korean today. Feel free to embellish off of your initial instincts. Play with those yellows. Yellows. Pillage and reappropriate his culture on your palette. Balance your brushes at an oriental slant. And watch your posture, my dears. Align your spine and then roll, align, and release. Everyone does a slow spine roll up with the vocal release at the end. See you on the other side, my chickies. Cool sound shift. The stage slowly rotates. If you have the budget and stagecraft for a rotating stage, that would be super cool. And while we're at it, the circle of desks around Daniel rotate in the opposite direction. Over the course of this scene, art student 1 paints lots of babies and vaginas and blood. Georgia O'Keeffe meets Sin City.
Art student 2 starts and crumbles and restarts and crumbles and restarts and crumbles and finally running out of paper, forcing him to get another pad from the supply room.
Art student 3 paints penises of various shapes and sizes.
Dragon, I told you I am done. I'm done writing about mothers. I can't be
What a
pigeonholed
flat
as someone who
face
only writes
indeed.
about his mom.
Can't get his nose quite right. Such a funny, squished nose. Funny noses. Funny noses. Oh, now I'm making funny noises.
Great. Stream of consciousness blabber. It's an even more terrible.
Old woman breaks the cool sound shift to shh. Whoever is talking.
Art student 1 shushes right back with attitude. Cool sound shift.
It's quiet hour now. These children so rude and entitled.
I am not entitled.
What a gay voice I have imagined this model having. Did I fall
I do not
asleep
have a
watching
gay
Will
voice.
and
I take
Grace
offense.
Returns? I'm so easily offended. This one
I'm not
clearly
easily
does not
offended.
have a sense of humor.
I do so have a sense of humor. I'm not engaging in this. Dragon.
When he's angry, he looks a lot like a little baby scrunching up his face to poop. How can he see?
Listen, lady. Fast forward ×3. We can hear each other in each other's minds. Threshold of revelation, but not because this isn't angels in America. This is dragons fucking with a terrible playwright's imagination. You've made your point, Dragon.
Okay, so we can talk to each other in our minds, huh? I must have great alignment today. What would you like to talk about?
Nothing. Everything. You're my mom.
Oh, honey, I couldn't be. I'm white.
Lights reveal the older woman is indeed white.
Not that white people can't be mothers to non-white children, I would never presume or deny the right to.
No, you're the mom rage I'm working through.
You're using me to work out your parent-child dysfunction. Write what you know, I guess. This your first play?
Yes.
You an only child?
Yes. How?
Selfish, self-absorbed, or desperate for detention.
What?
Desperate
No.
for attention.
No.
Well, why else would you be naked in front of all these people then?
That wasn't my fault. That was Dragon's.
This dragon you keep calling out to, this dragon, is this dragon a euphemism, stand-in, substitute, emotional dartboard for your father?
You should be a therapist.
I was, in a past life. But I ended up doodling when I got tired of hearing people's champagne problems. Literally. Moet versus Veuve Clicquot for the luncheon, bar mitzvah gala, wedding reception. And so then I decided to try doodling for a living. So here I am, doodling. Siblings would have balanced your ego out, toughened your skin in some places, softened others. But then again, overpopulation.
Yes, right. That's why I want to adopt.
Oh, you gay men and adopting. Don't you know homosexuality is contagious and synonymous with pedophilia?
What?
Gotcha. That's what you wish I would say. Ignorant, hateful rhetoric. Gays go to hell. You're proof I failed as a parent. You'll never amount to anything. You're a disappointment. Things your birth mother actually says. You want me to echo such sentiments so you can rail against injustice and boast about your intellectual prowess and have the perfect comebacks you fine-tuned over months of writing, the detached and cool responses, the heroic patience and compassion, the applause-worthy microphone-dropping moments, the brilliant takedowns you can never successfully articulate in real life because you aren't wired like a drag queen or seasoned stand-up comic. You're human. And your responses are stunted and full of stutters, or you shut down, or you stay up all night crafting the perfect response. But why even bother? The language barrier and your verbal sparring opponent's stubborn faith, their unwavering conviction. Why engage with the emotional abuse? Why scream at an immovable wall, a deep-rooted tree? Why try to move a mountain?
Because
So you try your hand at a play. You can work it out in a play. Why go to therapy when you can write a play? Not only highlight the problems or shed light on the problem, but provide solutions. Imagine a better world, a world without gun violence and racism, end world hunger, cure cancer and AIDS, prevent global warming and show change, maybe, or shifts, or hope, or alignment, or. So here I am. Change the world. Rail away. Where are your comebacks? Where are your perfectly crafted arguments breaking the cool sound shift? Where is your voice? Life isn't a fantasy. Life isn't a play. And well, this play is impossible.
It's terrible.
Impossible. There is a difference. Cut your losses, abandon ship. Where is the life raft for this impossible play? Here, I'll draw you one. Old woman draws Daniel a life raft. A life raft emerges from her canvas. Hop on.
You're not coming?
I've got more characters to play.
Daniel climbs aboard the life raft.
You're welcome.
Oh, I was about to...
The river appears and drowns the class.
Scene. The river. Daniel floats down the river. This time the river is less gloom and doom in North Korea, and more It's a Small World ride.
A family of ducks swim by.
Hello, adorable family of ducks. Could you...
Fuck off!
A Boy Scout troop canoes by.
Hello, Troop 777. Which way should I...
Dry hump later? We stole some pornos from the gas station. Keep your course, stay hydrated.
A Loch Ness Monster swims by.
Hello, Loch Ness Monster. Do you know...
My preferred gender pronoun is Ness. If I like you, you can call me Nessie. But if I don't like you, you're kind of fucked. Keep going. I believe in you.
Or maybe a string of rubber ducks are dragged across the dry stage.
Hello, string of rubber ducks.
Back to 1988. Back to George H.W. Bush.
I accept your nomination for president. I mean to run hard, to fight hard, to stand on the issues, and I mean to win. There are a lot of great stories in politics about the underdog winning, and this is going to be one of them.
Fuck you, dude, and your son.
Olympic announcer announces in Korean. Let the games begin!
Summer Olympics in South Korea. Gymnasts, divers, swimmers, yum.
Projected footage of the torch lighting ceremony where hundreds of doves sitting on the giant ceremonial torch burst into flames.
Oops. I think I lose my gay card for not liking Celine Dion.
Celine Dion slaps Daniel. As an Italian, as a European, the Academy Awards has always seemed to me like a distant ceremony, something I really didn't belong to.
I totally understand that sentiment, Bernardo Bertolucci, director of The Last Emperor.
This is one of the strongest emotions of my life, and I can't hide it. I want to do a Chinese kowtow to the Academy.
And then you went and said that.
And I was just thinking that if New York is the Big Apple, to me, Hollywood tonight is the big nipple. Thank you very much.
What? Beautiful movie, but why do white people get to keep telling our stories?
I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Thanks for gay marriage, Justice Kennedy.
I do that? I guess I would.
The phantom of the opera is here inside your mind.
My poor neighbors listened to me screech this out for God only knows how many years. Where's this heading? Older white lady, not mom. Dragon? Where am...
A karaoke version of Cher's If I Could Turn Back Time plays and the cast sings along.
A large carpet bag in the wall of boxes and luggage opens to reveal a large clock spinning backwards. The years are projected onto the face of the clock.
1988.
87.
86.
85.
84.
83.
82.
81.
80.
1980.
A 30-something Korean woman appears out of the clock with a simple suitcase.
1980. That's when... Holy shit. How is she...
A glass enclosed booth rises out of the river with customs officer. Purpose for your trip?
My purpose?
What is your purpose for your trip?
My father commits suicide after Korean War. I have 3 younger sisters to support. I quit job after fighting for equal wages for women. I looking for the new job here. I start life over here.
Okay. Custom officer stamps something else, then waves mom through.
Mom.
Korean woman sees Daniel.
A rumble.
A flash.
Daniel disappears.
Dragon appears.
Korean woman opens her mouth to scream or gasp or
intermission. when I'm in doubt, and give me strength to bear all that I am, so I can be as strong as a man. And my father, he was a strong one, but my father, he did me wrong. I watched him fall and figure out the failures that would come about, trying to be as strong as a man. And my brother, he was a strong one, but my brother, he could never do no wrong. He worked to feed and nurture me, and I stayed the nurture child, you see, while he got to be as strong as a man. While he got to be as strong as a man. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, and my mother, she was the strong one, but my mother, she was the wrong one. She worked to feed, to nurture us, while the sun beat down to torture us. She taught me how to be as strong as a man, so I can be as strong as I am, so I can be as strong as I am. And ooh, 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 ooh,
Act 2. Scene, Esther's prologue, sort of.
Dragon flies overhead. It is still glorious. It still inspires the magic of theater. Dragon lands. So, first you say hello.
To those lazy people sitting in dock, bowing to audience.
Then you say your name.
My name, Esther Lee.
Then you say your preferred gender pronoun.
I what?
We'll go with they for now.
But they imply plural. I'm not plural, I'm woman.
Then we'll go with she.
Do you want me to have accent?
That is entirely up to you.
Okay, then. Yeah, no, can we not?
Great. You can clarify in your storytelling whether you are speaking Korean or not, but you don't need an accent. These kind people know how to suspend their disbelief, and they've done a lot of suspending, believe you me.
Okay. Hello, my name is Esther Lee. My God-given gender pronoun is she, and I am currently speaking fluent Korean to you. Like that?
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, my name, it used to be Yoon-Young. Should I say that instead?
Again, up to you.
I decided I needed a Christian name after my second divorce. I was in Israel on a mission trip, and the camel guide asked what my name was, and I said, my name is Esther. I am your queen. Bow before me. I don't know why you didn't like that.
That's the idea. Go off of what you're thinking. Word association, stream of consciousness. Before you know it, the story will appear. It always does.
Oh,
Dragon shrugs and makes some noises and vaguely gestures around, or something.
and you? Who are you?
I had my intro earlier, but I'm Dragon. Preferred gender pronoun, never mind.
I don't believe in dragons.
Doesn't mean they don't exist.
I don't believe in sorcery or magic. I think my son is gay because of Harry Potter and Charmed.
Okay.
Witchcraft made my son gay. Television made my son gay. And I made my son gay.
Okay, we'll have to unpack that.
But I believe in God.
Makes sense.
Makes sense how?
Well, outside of the US, South Korea produces the most Christian missionaries in the world. Christianity was a vital part of Korean nationalism and opposing Japanese colonialism. And you're wearing a cross necklace with dove earrings.
My son bought them for me. I normally don't like to wear cross paraphernalia. I'd be mortified if I was mistaken for a Catholic. But they're real gold.
Yum, yum, yes, queen, gold.
So, word association, stream of consciousness storytelling.
You wanted to tell your story. If it helps, try starting from the beginning, whatever the beginning might mean to you.
Well, I was born in it was before the Korean War, so let us agree that it was a long time ago. My hometown was a target of airstrikes, and an industrious neighbor had carved out a cave for the town to hide in, strategically masked from the jet fighters. But whenever the town evacuated to the cave, I would hide in the attic because I had trouble using toilets that weren't in my own home, and I was scared of the dark. The attic had windows. Eventually, I would have to get over my home toilet-only rule, but let's just say I had a lot of constipation when we had to flee south. This is a lot of oversharing.
Yeah, that tends to happen. Do with it what you will, but also careful what stories you tell.
What do I have to be careful about?
No, I just don't want a giant dancing turd to walk out on stage and for you to freak out because I didn't warn you.
A giant turd walks out on stage. Maybe the giant turd does a ribbon dance. The giant turd exits.
Yeah, like I said.
Huh. Okay. Korean War, we fled south. Mom, dad, older sisters, and maybe a younger sister or two. I have a lot of sisters. Had. While fleeing, an American soldier once gave me a tour of his tank, and I screamed and screamed, and he gave me an orange. My family buried all of our possessions to flee, but when we returned, bandits had dug up everything and stolen it. Flee, 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 flee. Word association. I did it.
You did.
Will the stage be covered in fleas now?
No, that's against health code.
But ribbon dancing giant turds. Okay. My dad eventually hung himself because we were so poor, and because he had only daughters, and because he only had daughters, 8 or 9 of them.
Oof, your poor mama.
Why? Big families mean more people to spread the gospel.
Uh-huh.
There's only 4 of us left. 3. I'm the oldest sister now. I'm lonely.
Me too. We all are. Keep going.
I immigrated in 1980, and I had a son in 1988, Year of the Dragon. Oh, that's why you're...
Yeah, Year of the Dragon means I get to come out and play.
Well, isn't it my story now? And I was born in the Year of the Dog, so...
No, I'm not turning into a dog. I'm allergic. And do you see this costume, this puppetry? How many ensemble members it takes to operate one wing? I'm not.
And an adorable dog runs on stage into Esther's arms.
No, I just told you. And you still go.
Say hello to everyone. Esther bows with the dog. Hello, everyone.
That's not cute.
Yes, it is. I think I'm getting the hang of this now. You can go. Allergies are because of sin. Go pray. Ask for forgiveness.
I existed before. Oh, never. Remember, careful what. Luke, do you have any Claritin? Oh, dragon flies away.
Say bye-bye. Hoof, hoof. You're just the cutest little... I always wanted a dog for Daniel. One time a church lady friend gave us her pug. We only had it for 2 weeks because it barked too much. Its previous owner had lived in a quiet, gated community. We lived by the railroad tracks. The neighbors complained, and the apartment bureau sent a letter establishing a no-pet rule, so my little sister took the pug. I think it died from all the Korean food she fed it. And then my little sister would die from stomach cancer. I never told Daniel that. Not the cancer stuff, he knew about that, but about the pugs. So don't tell him, it'll be our little secret. Oh, hey, lazy audience, you're still there? I don't know why my son wanted to share so many gay stories with you. I guess I'm supposed to be glad he gets to be a writer, though. That's what immigrant parents want for their children, right? Better opportunities. I wanted to be a writer, but I was too busy working. I am too busy working.
Suddenly, an explosion of office activity bursts onto the stage. Scene, the office.
Male employees flood the stage and a Steve Hoggett-like dance occurs. They wear those scary masks that cover your whole head and usually resemble presidents, but, you know, the Korean male white-collar employee version.
And maybe they carry giant phalluses with the Korean flag hanging from them.
Definitely giant phalluses with Korean flags hanging from them.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Just because I'm speaking Korean doesn't mean I can't quote The Wizard of Oz.
Male employee takes the dog away.
Hey, oh, no, I never even got to name her. Him, it, bye-bye, ruff, ruff. Careful what stories you tell.
Movement. Maybe a little violent toward Esther.
But she doesn't dance like a pas de deux dancer. She kicks ass and goes from being manipulated to being the manipulator, the thrusted to the thruster, the tossed around to the salad tosser.
Question.
Answer.
Conflict.
Resolution.
Help, I'm inept.
I know, but I'm here.
Jargon.
Efficient solution.
Half-ass job.
Full-ass job.
She's a threat.
I know, I deserve a raise.
Give her what we get.
No college education, no family clout.
Who needs college? I'm still better at this job. I deserve more money.
When pigs fly.
So I can walk you to the window and push your fat ass out?
I'm telling the boss.
I'll be louder than you. I'll start a strike. Fight for equal wages for women.
She does.
She succeeds.
The boss promotes a younger woman and metaphorically spits in her face.
One of the male employees rips off their masks, yanks off their phallus, and tosses her long hair in the wind, revealing themselves to be a beautiful younger woman.
Fuck this shit. I'm leaving.
A windstorm sweeps the stage, violent gusts of paper blizzard. Desks tumble and lift off, and employees aerial dance for their lives. The office blows away. Dragon appears. Hey, girl, hey.
You came back.
No adorable creature upstages Dragon. I took a bottle of Claritin, climb on.
What about the dog?
I ate it. Just kidding. It's on equity break.
Okay. Esther climbs on.
Scene, Flight 2. Dragon and Esther fly. You kicked some patriarchal butt back there. Did I hear you drop an F-bomb?
I used to be ferocious, a ball buster. Before, I was a believer. I had to be. Oh, thank you.
There you go. You're welcome. You always work this hard?
Relaxation is a luxury immigrants and refugees cannot afford. But now I'm on a dragon and can't go anywhere, so...
So, yes.
Yes. I've had to. I had sisters to support. I had to be the caretaker of the family. I had to be the father. And then I had to be a mother and the father.
So maybe you should consider the gender pronoun they.
Ah.
That all sound familiar?
What?
Children having to grow up early, children having to be parents, roles reversing. It's all very familiar.
Familiar. Family. Familiar. Wordplay. You're surprisingly comfortable.
It's the sunscreen. Apply and reapply, honey. Dragon lifts another claw with yet another punctured bottle of sunscreen.
That's what I always say.
Is that so?
God blessed me with eternally youthful looks. I respected his blessing by maintaining them.
SPF maintenance, darling, keeps my scale so soft, and your son wouldn't conjure up an uncomfortable dragon, now would he?
No, he wouldn't. He always had an active imagination, side effect of being an only child. I wanted siblings for him so he wouldn't be alone, so he learned how to be responsible for others, but...
I know, I'm sorry.
Yes, it's fine.
Do you regret it?
No. I've asked for forgiveness. I do not need regret. I do not need to apologize because I am forgiven. Daniel over-apologizes because he knows he's guilty. He knows he's sinning. He is full of regret. And ultimately, Daniel wouldn't be who he is today if he had to take care of a little brother with Down syndrome.
He wouldn't be gay?
No, unburdened.
But one could argue...
A mother is not a burden, a mother is a duty. And he is not living up to his duty. I was taking care of my entire family by the time I was his age, and it's part of the commandments. Obey your father and mother.
Honor. I believe it says honor thy father and thy mother in the original text.
You've read the Bible?
A couple of times. I've been around, Miss Lee. It is possible to run out of things to read.
I used to read everything when I was younger. Now I only read the Bible and Facebook.
Facebook hasn't been invented yet. But I could procure you a Bible if you'd like something to read on your flight.
No, thank you. I think I'll just sit here. The last ride I was on was at Disneyland. I lost my hat on the Indiana Jones ride. This is much more peaceful. Smooth.
Thank you. They fly in silence. It is beautiful, serene.
Maybe Esther raises her arms. Daniel loves rides. Where is he?
Equity break. What? Just kidding. He hasn't been born yet. You wanted your story.
Oh. So are we going forward now?
Not yet. We're still going back.
The Korean karaoke version of If I Could Turn Back Time plays in Maybe Terrible karaoke video. Backdrops are projected onto Dragon and Esther as 1980 turns back to...
Where are we going?
Back, back, back. Dragon lands and gently lets Esther off.
A quiet landscape. Tree. Something hangs from the tree. Scene. Grandfather.
Grandfather hangs from a noose on the tree.
Dragon gives him space and curls up for a nap.
Hello, Unkyung.
It's Esther now.
Hello, Esther.
Hi, Dad. Esther does not know whether to bow to her father hanging from the tree or not. She ends up looking like she has really bad posture or constipation.
Grandfather patiently watches, then breaks the silence. How are you?
Fine, thank you. I hate that question. Americans taught me to always respond fine or good. What if I'm not fine or good? You're hanging from a tree and talking to me. Do you really want to know?
Of course. I wouldn't be here if I didn't. Would you prefer I get down from here? I can try.
No, that's fine. You're here.
Yes.
Why?
Grandfather shrugs and makes some noises and vaguely gestures around, or something.
I don't believe in, whatever.
No, you never did. But how could a child who experiences war ever believe in, or whatever? There used to be, or whatever, in Korea. Now it might only live in that dragon. Remember when you couldn't take a shit in anyone else's toilets?
Yes.
I would get so mad at you, so upset. We'd have to call a driver, take you all the way back to the house to drop off your high-maintenance turds. You were a stubborn child.
You were a stubborn father.
I got us through Japanese colonialism and civil war. Stubbornness kept you and your sisters alive. You should thank me.
Esther bows. Thank you.
Too little, too late. Huh? Get it? Because I'm... you never had much of a sense of humor.
No.
Maybe stubbornness echoes through generations. Maybe.
Your grandson is very stubborn, too. It makes things difficult.
I have a grandson?
Yes.
Finally! A man in the family.
He's gay.
So?
He's not the son you wanted.
He's not the son you wanted.
No. But he's stubborn. And strong, I guess.
And identifies as male.
Yeah. Yes?
So then I have a male heir. A man in the family.
Yes.
Because I never counted any of your husbands as men. They were terrible.
The first I married for children. The second I married to have a father for my child.
But whom did you marry for love?
Neither. Love is a first world luxury. Jesus? I married Jesus.
Some would say religion is a first world luxury.
I am married to Jesus. I wish I could have told you about Jesus. Then you would be in heaven and I could see you again.
You are seeing me again. Dragon brought you here, didn't he?
Yes, but...
And who summoned Dragon? Did you?
No.
No. You're a dog.
What? Oh, yes. You're,
Yes.
Daniel did. Your grandson summoned Dragon, I think, or, Esther shrugs and makes some noises and vaguely gestures around.
So you do believe in...
I believe in... maybe. I believe in maybe.
So maybe there is some, left in the world after all.
Click, click. A suitcase from the wall of boxes and luggage unclasps and opens. American soldier climbs out of the suitcase. Orange? Would you like an orange? Have you ever seen an orange before? We have them in the US of A, and I requested some from my mom back home, and she sent me a whole bag of them. Bet you've never had one before. Bet you can't even open it. Want to try? See, you don't even know where to start, do you? What I like to do is score it on the side with a knife. Oh, okay. No knives, I'll put it away. There, it's gone. Well, if I could score it, it'd be a lot easier to peel, but that's what you have to do. You have to peel it. The skin, you don't want to eat it. Doesn't taste right. Trust me on this. But they say you make a wish. And if you can peel off the entire skin in one piece, your wish will come true. Want to try? Here. You'll make a wish, and I'll do the peeling. You probably can't see with all those tears in your eyes. You're lucky I'm deaf in this ear from all these here blasts. Otherwise, that screaming in here make me deaf. Ricochet sounds in here in the octave you're at, woo, it sure is echoey. I'm gonna sit you down now while I peel, so I can make your wish come true. Feel free to explore, but don't touch anything, because some of them switches could blow your family to bits. Just kidding, but I'm not. Looky here. I've got this spiral technique going. Pretty darn fancy, huh? Smells good too, don't it? A nice change in the air to the smell of, well, you know, man stench. Not you. No, you don't smell. I'm not saying you smell. Jesus, just citrus. It's nice, right? And I've almost got it here. Have you got your wish ready? Have you? I've got this last bit here almost off. And there. What'd you wish for?
1,000,000 oranges fall from the heavens.
Maybe there are 1,000,000 tennis balls spray painted orange.
They spill out of every box, every piece of luggage in the wall.
They roll into the audience.
Daniel appears out of a waterfall of oranges.
American soldier hands the peeled orange to Esther, and spiral peel to Daniel and disappears.
Hi, Emma. Hi, Grandpa. I'm Daniel, your grandson.
Bow to him.
Daniel does a ceremonial bow to the ground for grandfather.
Grandfather smiles. Nice to meet you, Daniel. Grandfather disappears majestically.
Bye, Grandpa. It was nice to meet you, too. Hi, Emma. You look great.
My story took place in the past. I told you I used to be thin.
I think we're the same age, maybe?
At this age, I owned 3 houses and supported 5 family members. What do you have to show for yourself?
And no accent.
Thanks to Dragon.
Hi, Dragon. Where to?
Now we can go forward. The entire stage, including the wall of boxes and luggage, rotates or flips or falls or somersaults. Again, only if you have the budget and stagecraft for a rotating, flipping, falling, somersaulting stage. This time, it reveals...
Scene. Backstage.
Dave.
Diana.
Julian.
And Teal sit backstage. Their faces are lit by their cell phones.
They're half dressed for their next scene.
All around them, costumes and props are haphazardly strewn about in a manner that should trigger any audience member's OCD.
They swipe.
They scroll.
They refresh.
Julian chuckles at something.
No one acknowledges.
Julian chuckles a little louder.
No one acknowledges.
Maybe the adorable dog peeks their head up from a pile of costumes, then disappears to resume napping.
Dave gets up to pee.
We hear the sound of peeing. We hear the sound of flushing. We do not hear the sound of a sink running water.
Dave returns.
Dude.
Dave shrugs.
Dude.
I don't think my junk is dirty. No urine dripped on my fingers. I don't believe in washing my hands after peeing. After wipe, sure. After whiz, nah.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
Right? And like better for the environment.
Global warming.
Word. Dave and Julian fist bump.
Teal and Diana roll their eyes and have a telepathic conversation about Dave and Julian.
Telepathic conversation.
Telepathic conversation.
Telepathic conversation.
Teal's phone vibrates. Aw, look at that. I mean.
Ooh, who is that little who's that big dog? Diana's phone vibrates. Diana jumps to check her phone. Diana makes a disappointed noise. Diana swipes, scoffs, swipes.
Raya.
Diana swipes, swipes, scoffs, swipes.
Did someone say Raya? I'm on Raya.
I know.
So did
Blocked.
you? Oh.
What's Raya?
Famous people Tinder.
I'm gonna download that.
You have to be invited
Oh.
by at least 2 members.
Oh. So 1, 2.
No.
Come on. Just because I.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. It's cool. Yo, Dave.
Buy me a drink after the show.
Deal.
And I want to switch the corner spot in the dressing room.
Fine. Deal. Are you on?
Do I look like someone who gives a rat's ass about famous people Tinder, let alone Tinder? When was the last time I promptly replied to a text message you sent?
Never.
Do you see me on Snapchat?
Never.
I'm not even on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
But Raya.
I just thought you didn't like me.
Oh, I love you, but I don't have to like you. Use that noggin of yours sometimes. Jesus, you are more than a pretty face.
So you think I'm pretty?
Shut up. Teal.
Diana
resumes
Resumes
looking
looking
at
at
her
her
phone.
phone.
Swipe.
Scroll.
Refresh.
CNN News Alert.
Oh man, did you?
Yeah, oh jeez.
Fuck, that's just
But like,
Right?
how cute.
Right?
fucking A.
Sigh. They resume scrolling.
Swiping.
Refreshing.
Diana takes a selfie.
Dave stands and turns and takes a picture of his junk, not so surreptitiously.
Teal uses the camera to check her teeth.
Julian tries to take a group selfie.
But no one poses for it.
Diana's phone buzzes. She clicks ignore. Diana's phone buzzes. She clicks ignore. Diana's phone buzzes. What? I'm in a show. I'm in a show. I'm in a show. I'm backstage. You know not to call me when. What? What? You fucking no, that can't. Your dad's barely. How old is? I just FaceTime him. Yes, he's been exercising more. I just got him class pass. I just said sweet dreams. How could he? He's lost his double chin. He bragged about dropping a pant size. How? He's just gone. I don't under. I have to go. I have to go. I have to go finish the show. I'll call you back after. Okay. Okay.
A terrible silence. Want me to zip you up?
Thanks.
My dad. You know.
Mine too.
Both of mine.
Wow. Okay.
Welcome to the, you know.
Not funny, but okay.
Okay.
Let's just.
It's almost. I hear them landing, so.
Wanna.
Oh, sure.
Julian hugs Diana.
Teal hugs Julian and Diana.
Dave rolls his eyes and then joins the group hug.
Maybe they cry a little.
Then laugh a little.
Grief is weird like that.
They inhale.
They exhale.
Julian sticks out his arm to surreptitiously snap a group picture. The flash goes off.
Diana slaps him.
They finish getting into costume as the stage rotates to...
Scene. Parade. Daniel and Esther are seated to watch a parade. They are elevated on the wall of boxes and luggage, which now resemble bleachers.
Dragon is perched at the top of the bleachers with a very official-looking headset and a very old, very large conical megaphone. And maybe one pom-pom. Just one. 1980, Winter Olympics.
Let the games begin!
Do you remember watching these?
If I didn't watch the Olympics that were set in my motherland, do you think I watched the Olympics set in...
Lake Placid!
You and I watched the Olympics in 2012. You were so into it.
I was recovering from surgery. It was probably high.
Oh, right.
It was the first time we'd watched television together.
It took cancer for you to slow down and watch some TV with me. Have you been watching my show?
Billions.
President Jimmy Carter.
Although the United States would prefer not to withdraw from the Olympic Games scheduled in Moscow this summer, the Soviet
Those
Union
poor
must realize
athletes
that its continued
train for so long and then they don't
will
get to compete
endanger
because of
both the participation
politics.
of athletes
American
and the
dream,
travel to
right?
Moscow
Is that how you
by
felt when it was
spectators
happening?
who would normally
No.
wish to attend the Olympic
But
Games.
maybe I would have.
The Empire Strikes Back.
No. Try not. Do or do not. There is no try.
What is...
Were either of your exes into Star Wars? Or were you?
Your father never went to the movies. Your stepfather dropped you off at the movies instead of paying for a babysitter. I was the one that took you to all the Disney movie premieres. Was this a Disney movie?
It is now. Or they
Daniel,
own
I
it
don't
now.
care about any of this. Why are we going through it?
This is the year you came to America. This is the year you chose to immigrate. So maybe you saw these billboards, heard these commercials, watched this news. Maybe these are the first threads of the fabric of your American identity.
Pac-Man is released.
Play me, eat the dots, ghost. Run, 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 big dot chase the goats, get the cherries, munch, 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 yum.
You thought I would care about that yellow pizza man?
The Kwanju Uprising.
Korean protesters yell in Korean.
Democracy! Democracy! We want democracy!
This I remember. This I didn't have time for, too busy preparing for my move. Thousands and thousands of people died in protests for democracy, and no one talks about it. Not one word in American news. I looked for it. So why should I watch American television? Why should I watch American news?
Ronald Reagan nominated as presidential candidate for the Republican Party.
As president, I will establish a liaison with the 50 governors to encourage them to eliminate, where it exists, discrimination against women.
You didn't vote for Reagan, but he would shape your first years.
No, God was shaping.
He talks about equal pay for women in his address.
Politics takes forever.
So that's why you came to the States, right?
What politician can I root for when they betrayed me year after year, country after country?
Did you vote for his second term?
No! Daniel, listen to me. I don't care about any of this. Stop it. Just stop it all.
The parade stops.
Fine. Fine. Then what about this?
A shift. Fog. Lots of fog. Dragon dons a black veil.
The Parade of the Dead. These people died in 1980.
John Lennon, death by assassination.
Imagine there's no heaven.
These souls, since you believe in souls, left the United States in 1980.
Oh my God.
These souls left when your soul arrived.
Poet James Wright, Cancer of the Tongue.
Suddenly I realized that if I stepped out of my body, I would break into blossom.
You left one life behind and came to this new life, while these lives left too. That's poetry too.
A poet getting tongue cancer, that's poetry?
Alfred Hitchcock, renal failure.
The only way to get rid of my fears is to make films about them.
You've seen Psycho?
With what free time?
He would also say,
Drama is life with the dull bits cut out.
I've cut the dull bits out and I'm taking us through the meat of it, the meat of when you left Korea. I'm trying to write.
Colonel Sanders, acute leukemia.
There's no reason to be the richest man in the cemetery. You can't do business there.
You thought I would care about the Kentucky Fried Chicken old white man? When I slaved in the kitchen to put healthy, home-cooked meals on the table for you, even though fast food was the cheaper, quicker option for a single mom.
Dragons send out Mae West.
You think I care about celebrities dying? When I've seen my family slip away from me one by one because of war and disease, why should I watch movies when I've lived enough dramas for one lifetime?
American pop culture
is your life, not mine.
But you chose to come here and make this your home.
You don't get it. But at one point you knew in your heart of hearts, this world isn't home. Our home is yet to come. I have no home.
So that's how you can pack up and leave again, move across the world?
God has summoned me to work in Rwanda. I'm not done trying to do some good in this lifetime.
Because you failed as a mother.
Because I'm more than a mother, something I've learned from our time apart.
So you'll leave? Even if I ask you to stay?
You barely visit as it is. What difference will another continent make?
Daniel cries angry tears. He unsuccessfully tries to hide them.
Oh, Daniel. We're stubborn. We're stubborn, you and I. You and I are survivors of our own traumas, of our own or others' making. But we survived. And now we survive separately. Maybe I'll change my mind. I won't change my mind. Not for you, not for anyone, not for any person. That's the deal I made after your father's. You made your deal.
With the devil.
Yes, sure. Or dragon, or theater with an R-E. You have your beliefs, your faith, your church, and I have mine. Now, I think I have to go back now. I think I'd like to be old again. I have to give away my plants. Let's go back. Forward. 1988, 80, 70, 46. That's in the past. Maybe, sure, maybe that shapes who you are and who I am, or who you were, who I was. Maybe that answers some questions, but only raises so many more. So you have your story. I'll have mine. Forward, right? Forward. Dragon?
Dragon bows and wraps a wing around Esther.
Esther disappears.
Dragon, you motherfucker.
Honey, I would never tap that.
Don't call me honey. Why did you...
Baby, she asked.
Don't call me baby.
She didn't want to be here anymore.
How do you know that?
She's got packing to do, boo.
I'm not your boo.
Ooh, okay, girl.
I'm not a girl.
That's a girl with a U.
Well, that's fucking stupid. You're fucking stupid.
I am smarter than you will ever be.
Then why? Why did you let her go? I wasn't finished. Daniel tries to fight Dragon.
Dragon flicks him away.
I'm not done with our journey. I'm not finished writing our story. And now there's no hour. This terrible play. Daniel tries to fight Dragon.
Dragon flicks him away. Again. I told you. This play is not terrible. It's impossible. You are trying to tell an impossible story and an impossible relationship. Impossible people who believe in impossible things.
Daniel tries to fight Dragon. She'll never. Now she's leaving. Daniel finally lands a blow.
Dragon roars out a blast of fire. Bitch, I am stronger than you. I am bigger than you. I
unsummon you. I unimagine you. Go back to where you belong. Just leave. Leave. Abandon me like you always do. Leave me alone. I hate you.
Dragon disappears.
Daniel is alone.
The stage is empty.
Sound of machinery slowing to a halt.
Sound of lights shutting off.
Sound of a large door closing.
Everything is black.
Maybe a ghost light appears.
Not magically.
There's no more magic.
Daniel is alone. Daniel is...
Buzz, buzz.
He pulls out his cell phone. It is a reminder notification. Daniel dials, hangs up. Dials again, hangs up. Dials again. Scene. Epilogue, sort of. Hi, Emma. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to... Oh, I'll move to a different spot. How about... Can you hear me now? Well, you got the idea. Happy... Your card? Your card is probably still in the mail. It's traveling halfway across the world after all. No, I didn't get you flowers. You said you'd rather have the money for the orphanage. No, I didn't buy you jewelry. You said to stop buying you jewelry because I'm never marrying a woman, so what's the point of having all this jewelry for a woman if no one is going to inherit it when I die? Yeah, that's what you said. No, I didn't send you money. I spent it on... Yes, I'm on... No, not NBC, not ABC. It's called Showtime, Mom. Showtime. It's cable. You have to pay more, I know. That doesn't mean they pay me more. They don't pay as much. Uh-huh. Right, I'll try praying more. So instead, I sort of... Well, you're gonna hate this, but... I wrote this play about you, about us. Yes, a play. A play. Like in the theater with an R-E, never mind. I know television pays more. I know movies pay more. I know anything else would pay more, I know, but I love theater. And I love you, so I wrote a play for your birthday. It's my present to you. Happy birthday. No, it doesn't have gay sex. No, I promise. I know I promised last time with the web series, but this time it really doesn't have gay sex. Yes, I talk about being gay. Well, it's kind of autobiographical. If I didn't talk about being gay, I'd be missing a chunk of the autobiographical part. Never mind. Hey, hey, Mom. Mom. Would you consider, I'll pick up some extra shifts at the restaurant, or maybe some residual checks will come in, or I'll open another credit card, but maybe you could come? I already got you a ticket, actually. It's in your email. Happy birthday. Yeah. Yes, your Gmail. You only have one email account. Where else would I email? Next. I figured you could. Oh. What about the following? No, that's. Okay. Right, no, of course, you have a lot to do for the Rwandans. I didn't know you were hosting a conference. New York is indeed a den of sin. No, I think the ticket will exchange for credits toward another flight. No, I can't get cash for it. Sure, I can donate the flight to another missionary. That'll be my birthday present to you. Send me their information. Right, listen, so you'll get your card whenever Rwandan Post or Rwandan Mail or Global, whatever gets there. Next time I'll send you an e-card, yeah? Okay. And I'll email you the script. Happy birthday. Okay. I love you. Bye. Daniel puts out a crumpled up, slightly soggy birthday card from his back pocket and begins writing. Stops. Tries again. Stops. Scratches something out. The scratching of the pen tears a hole in the card. Daniel tears the card to pieces.
Hey. That blows.
Yeah.
Well, this is probably lame and weird, but we got you this.
The cast comes out with the birthday cake. It is covered in candles. It was going to be for your mom.
So that's why there's so many.
But we didn't know she was over 70, so you just.
Well, I knew, but I asked privately to research the character, and I didn't know if you felt comfortable divulging that information to the cast.
But it's kind of pretty, right? All the little candles.
And it's dairy-free. You know how hard it is to find a dairy-free ice cream cake?
Very.
So we made one ourselves. Or more like we bought a vegan cake and then put layers of sorbet in between.
We've had it frozen since the first day of tech, actually.
Because we knew you'd have a slice.
You made it yourselves?
Don't make a big deal out of it. So maybe
In the spirit of
your story.
And your mom's story.
All the time traveling, storytelling, we figured.
Since without your mom's birthday, we'd have no you. Today is kind of your birthday too, right?
We won't sing because that's stupid.
And the candles are melting kind of fast, so maybe just make a wish.
Make a wish.
Make a wish.
Make a wish.
Daniel makes a wish and blows out all the candles.
Jiehae turns back into Esther, or something in between.
Dragon appears in all dragon's glory.
Esther climbs on Dragon, reaches her hand out.
Daniel hesitates. Daniel bows and shrugs and makes some noises and vaguely gestures around, then makes a heart shape with his arms over his head. Sorry.
I forgive you, and I will love you forever, because you family. But you will be buying me drinks until further notice.
Anything for you, boo. Daniel climbs on. Daniel.
And Esther.
And Dragon fly.
It is still glorious.
It still inspires the magic of theater.
Gust of wind.
Gust of wind.
Gust of wind.
End of play.
And I wait for her down by the waiting side. She's got nobody, and it's alright. It's alright. It's alright for me. It's alright. It's alright for me. The memory lives on. No, she never leaves my side. She feels it in me. I hold her, yeah, and it's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright for me. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright for me. I'm so defenseless, she's got my senses coming down on me. No, she never sees me when she walks by me, and that's alright with me. It's alright. It's alright for me. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright for me. It's alright. It's alright for me. It's alright. It's alright for me.
Before we get started on this playwright interview, just want to give a round of applause to our amazing cast. So, how do you feel after hearing your story, and it's your first play, right?
It is my first play, my first professional reading / public reading, and thank you all for being here. Thank you for listening. I am a ball of nerves.
I mean, how do you feel after hearing it?
Like I want to go back to work on it, but also so grateful for everyone lending their time and talents. Something cathartic, something yearning, something messy. Yeah.
A big ball. So then I'm going to ask you the question that you
refuse to answer.
Many times. So what would the world be missing if it didn't have this play?
It would be missing yet another play about your mother, but I think it would be missing the permission to tell stories without self-censorship or apology, and that there is something worth sharing in everyone's story. So whatever that is.
Awesome. I think a lot of people can resonate with that more and more. I think particularly because this play is so much about identity and that journey. So I'd like to ask you how, do you define your identity as Daniel K. Isaac? And I guess building upon that, how did that change when you were writing this play? Today, the cast just had rehearsal today. So being in that space of rehearsing the play and then also hearing it, did your identity change or did it deconstruct? Did you build upon it? What happened?
Well, hello, my name is Daniel K. Isaac. My PGPs are he, him, his. I identify as a gay, queer, Korean American, Asian American actor. When I wrote this, it was my first play I'd ever written a couple years ago. And so I identified more as an actor than as a writer. And I think part of writing this play and this experience has been claiming the writer identity with less apprehension or shame or self everything, immolition. And I think being in a room full of friends, full of beautiful queer people of color, beautiful Asian Americans, Korean Americans, and artists that I've all worked with before, it felt like the most magical space and safe space, which is so rare and something to be treasured, especially with something so personal and vulnerable and young.
Yeah. So in the description of the play, you say, this play will not be about Esther. And you repeat many times, it's not about Esther / your mom. I guess, how is Esther?
She's good.
Okay.
She's moving to Rwanda next week. I just sent her a lot of bottles of mosquito repellent and a lot of bottles of hand sanitizer and a air purification mask. These were her requests. And she's packing up the house and sending me pictures of old paintings and stuffed animals and yearbooks and pictures, and they're all either going into the trash or storage. So to be continued in another play.
Yeah.
Probably.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I guess how did you ever, when you were writing this play, did you ever want your mother to, actually come listen or see this impossible play be staged? Or do you, I guess, it's going to be on a podcast, you can send it to her. How do you expect, she won't listen to it?
No, that's okay. she doesn't, she really doesn't watch my cable show because it's on cable and it doesn't count unless it's on network TV. She was very supportive of when I was making the pilot for my web series, but we didn't tell her there was gay sex in it, and then there was gay sex in the trailer for a millisecond, and she threw a fit and hasn't watched it, and so she probably won't ever watch or listen to this either. But that's okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But if she were to listen to it, what would you want her to feel or come out of it in relation to the first act of your play, which is centered on you, and then we hear more about Esther? Do you think if she were to listen to it, what would you want her to take out of it?
In high school, my mom wanted to be a poet, and she won scholarships. That's how she funded her high school education. Because in Korea, you have to pay for all levels, or back then you did. And then she had to drop out to take care of her family. And I've always, once I knew that she wanted to be a poet, I've always wanted to encourage her to be a poet. And if she ever listened to this, in that fairy tale land, I would want her to give herself permission to be a writer and be a poet, which she has sort of found the medium on Facebook. And she has her own Facebook following of Korean religious passionate people, I will say. But sometimes she writes poetry instead of a long post about something she may or may not like that is opinionated in ways we may or may not agree with. But other times she'll head towards poetry, and so I feel like she's slowly finding her voice there and a platform apparently. So I would love her to continue to find permission to do so.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get to so this is a question I ask all of our playwrights. I've been asking them this question since December 2016, which is if you had 60 seconds and Donald Trump was in this room, what would you tell him? He also won't listen to this radio play.
No,
just putting it out there.
No. That's a lot of pressure. I would say tweet less, listen more. These are people's lives you're toying with or treating so casually on a global scale. Please don't forget that. Don't take away our health insurance. My motherland is torn in two, and you treat it so casually as if it's a push of a button or the size of your member, and that is so disrespectful and rude. And I wish you would remember the humanity and the people that you're dealing with there and here. And you are a global leader. Grow the fuck up and do your job.
Yeah.
Could I say that after I threw water in his face?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Throw whatever in his face. And last question we always ask our playwrights, because it's the most important one. Okay. What did you have for breakfast this morning?
I had the muffins you made us. Ivan baked muffins for the cast before rehearsal, and they were still warm when they arrived. So I have that. So thank you for my breakfast.
I'm glad you like them. My roommate, Rai, who's also my artistic associate, we were up at 8 a.m. for various reasons, and we looked like dirty housewives, just baking and cooking. Sad sight, but it was good. I'm glad you liked them. So before we come back with our last song by Diana, where's she go? Oh, there you go. There are just some people we'd love just to thank. So thank you all for being here for our live recording of The Parsnip Ship. Thank you to our subscribers for listening to the Parsnip Ship as well. You can find updates on our upcoming readings, all of our writers, directors, musicians, and plays on our Facebook and Instagram pages at The Parsnip Ship, and on our website, www.theparsnipship.com. You can also find more info on there for submitting plays. We're about to open up season 4, which we will focus on playwrights of color. So if you know playwrights of color with dope as fuck shows, send them my way. All of our past readings and interviews are available on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and please subscribe to get info on latest episodes, including this one, if you want to listen to it again. We would love to give a huge shout out to the people here at the Actors Fund Arts Center. They've been so amazing. We specifically like to thank Matthew, Ashley, Saul, and Chad. And we'd like to thank our cast, John Norman, Jiehae, Keelay, who is also a Parsnip Ship playwright, season 2 untitled radio play. Listen to it. Diana, David, Julian, and Teal, our musician, again, Diana, our director, Carlos, and our playwright, Daniel, of course. And I'd like to thank my team, Katie, my producing director, Rye, my artistic associate, Todd, our managing director, Jesse, our producer and Business Lunch Productions, and of course, Luke DeCola, who is our amazing sound engineer. And our next reading is next month, Thursday, February 1st. It is I Wanna Fuck Like Romeo and Juliet by Andrew Rincon. We don't know where it'll be yet, but if you subscribe, we'll let you know. And take it away, Diana. Thank you all for being here.
How are y'all doing? Yeah. So weird singing in profile. Never done it. Strangest, odd. Is that my roommate? Is that Robert? No. Oh well. I asked her, do you believe in magic? She said, no, I don't like to be fooled. Could you be more elaborate? Sometimes my words are misunderstood. I told her not to worry, no judgment here. And I'm trying to learn about the pain you feel with the questions I have for you. While I learn about you too. What do you believe in? What do you feel? Oh, did he leave you to become a hero? Or did it strike you? You're the shepherd after he told you no. I would never. I can see how that would hurt you. I try my best not to do the same. Won't destroy, disarm, desert you. With all the heartbreak to my name, she told me not to worry, no judgment here. And I'm trying to learn about shame you feel with the questions I have for you. While I learn about you too. What do you believe in? What do you feel? Will you leave me to become a hero? Or will you strike me? Be the shepherd after you tell me no. I would never.
you strike me, be the shepherd? After you tell me no, I would never. Will you strike me, be the shepherd? After you tell me no, I would never. I would never. I would never. I would never. I would never.